Here it is, the Morimoto XB taillight for C6 Corvettes in red.
This video is brought to you by Vette Lights, my first choice in Corvette lighting needs. Get an instant 10% discount in your shopping cart by using the special link shown.
Hey everybody, welcome to my garage. If you haven't been here before, my name is Jason and I love to make videos from right here in my own garage about Corvette stuff, but also general car product reviews, garage tips and tricks and how-tos. So if you like that sort of thing, make sure you like and subscribe and share out and all that. So I'm going to get right into it here. I did a previous video about the Morimoto XB taillights in smoke, which these are obviously not. They light up red, but they had a lens that was, well, clear smoked. And I did an install on them. I did a full review and install on them in my previous video, and I really loved them, except for the color wasn't quite my style. So when the red ones came out, I immediately ordered a pair, obviously from my friends at Vette Lights. And here's what we're going to do is we're going to do a comparison between the red ones and the smoked ones, and then, of course, we're going to install them and see how they look on the back of my Corvette. Let's go. Here they are, the original version on the left, the new red version on the right. I looked them over, and other than the obvious difference in lens color, there is virtually no difference between them, as you might expect. I think the only other thing that I found was that on the back side of the new red one, there was a sleeve on the harness where it was not on the original. Other than that, they're identical in every way, as you might expect. So a lot of you might be wondering about the sequential feature that was originally intended for the original version, and that's when if you were to disconnect this white connector right here on the back, then when you brake, the brake light would, instead of lighting up all at once, it would light up sequentially, clockwise if it was on the passenger side, counterclockwise if it was on the driver's side, and it was even mentioned in the original's instruction manual right there, whereupon on the new red one, it is not, and that is the reason for that is because that feature was removed, and for good reason too. There was a problem with it, that on the versions that would support that feature, there was a 1 second delay from the time that you hit the brake until the time the brake light lit up. And 1 second is a significant amount when you're doing a panic stop and or you've got somebody behind you that's not paying attention because they're playing with their radio or playing with their phone or beating their kids in the back seat or whatever it is they're doing. So I'm personally glad that they fixed that and removed the sequential feature as a result of that, because quite honestly, I don't want to sacrifice my safety for putting on a little light show when I hit the brakes. But that's just me. Speaking of which, let's see how they light up. I've got a power supply here, so I'm going to hook them up. Starting with the original, there is the running lights. And there's the brake lights. Now, you saw this in my previous video as well, but I'm showing it again just for those who haven't. And it lights up pretty bright. These do a really good job of lighting up. The lighting is rather even. It's got a nice diffuser around the ring, so it still, does the job. It doesn't look spotty or dotty. It does depending on how you look at it, but overall, it looks like a brake light should. And I was curious, I picked up a set of GTS acrylic taillight covers just to see the difference, just in case you might be as well, and how much light it is diminished by using these. And it's a noticeable amount. I do like the stealthy look. And if you do happen to pick these up and they do have the same position of these mounting dots, you're going to have to move them because they sit right on the edge, not fully seated, and you don't want to lose these things. So, but they still look pretty good even with the cover on. The camera probably doesn't pick up the intensity and the brightness of it, so you're going to have to take my word for it that these things are very, very bright even with the cover on. So now let's try the red one. And there's the running light. And now we're going to do the brake light. Oops. There we go. I would say to the naked eye, without actually measuring it, just as intense, and yeah, absolutely looks really good. Does the same job. No real difference in light output from what I can tell. I guess from a scientific standpoint, yes, the red lens may impact the brightness, but I don't think anything that the naked eye would actually pick up. So yeah, perfect example of great lighting, great engineering. Overall, I mentioned this before, overall that the quality is excellent on this, and I think now it's time to see what they look like on the car. Well, there's two things I can tell you right now. One, it's butt cold here in Nashville, Tennessee. And two,
These taillights look spectacular installed. I really like them. Gotta tell you, I like them a lot more than the original smoked version. You know, again, it depends on your car color, but I think they look absolutely spectacular. So as always, it's hard to tell exactly how bright they are with the camera, but I can tell you they are very bright and very noticeable. And this is with the running lights on and then the hazards on, simulating a brake light, so you can see the difference. Once again, a great upgrade for your Corvette. I got a little curious and wondered what it would look like to have the tint version side by side with the red version. It's different. I don't know if it's anything that I'd run with, but I don't think it looks that bad. It's definitely unique. What do you think?
So between the two choices, I prefer the red just because I think it looks better on my car for the color and the look that I'm going for. But I think everybody has different opinions on them. You can't go wrong with them either way. The quality is really good. The light output is great. You don't need any to wire in any special harnesses or resistors because it's all built right in, so it's just plug and play, true plug and play. And once again, special thanks to my friends at Vette Lights. Make sure you use that link in the description to get your 10% off your order for Morimoto XB taillights or headlights or anything else Corvette lighting related. I think I need a little bit of tint on these, and maybe I'll do a follow-up video when the time comes. But for now, I'm keeping these in. I enjoy them. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video.